Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay you guys, I am back with a video. Okay, as the title said, I am making my own scrapbook paper. And I'm doing it through mixed media. And I'm also, I'm using mixed media to make my own scrapbook paper, and I'm also using my own drawings of my girls. So as I talk to you guys about this, I'll explain as I go along. It'll make sense. Anyway, this is like in the paper pad. You know how you'll have pieces of paper that are good for backgrounds, and then you have other pieces that have like beautiful, like they'll have like a girl on it or a saying on it. So these are all the background papers that I made for my paper pad that I'm making for myself. Okay, so this is one here, and I made all this with mixed media. So I used book pages, and I used dictionary pages in the background, and music notes, stuff like that. And then after that, it's all layering. And then I layered in scrapbook paper. I layered in stenciling. I layered in stenciling, stamping, all kinds of stuff. So that's how I got this page. And this turned out really pretty, you guys. I'm so excited. And I love this. This is a script stamp. And I use that throughout the whole thing too. Okay, here's another one. Same process, how I told you what I've been doing. And each one is all those layers, and it's all the layering. It's all the layering of these steps, mixed media steps that give you this look. And today I'm just going to color with you a unicorn that I drew, which is going to go on the background of one of these background scrapbook pages. I love this one, and I love how it says number 7 Rue Saint Soleil something Marcel. Who knows? That was a stencil that I put at the top of there. Love that. And this is another one. So what I did is I made copies of all of these. So this is the scrapbook paper, and this is how it'll look. And I made it just regular 8.5 by 11. So it won't be 12 by 12. So it'll be 8.5 by 11. But I'm going to go back, and so in this set of papers, I'll have all the background sheets. Then I'm going to go back, and you'll see I put like images on these backgrounds. So I'll have pages with no backgrounds, which is my my pages without anything, and then I'll have pages with like a fairy on it, or a unicorn, or so I'll show you in a second. I'm not being very clear right now. I'm trying to be. And this one says Cafe Paris. That's another cool stencil that I have. I love these stencils. Oh, I absolutely love them. I got most of them, these kind of stencils that have this Cafe Paris and all that kind of stuff. I mainly got those at Tuesday Morning, but I got a few at Hobby Lobby recently at that sale. I have 3 copies of this same one. And I just went ahead and copied this onto cardstock. Isn't this gorgeous, you guys? Love it. This browning on the edges is that Tim Holtz, oh, what's it called? Sorry about my arm. It was my first time using them. I absolutely am in love with them. Oh, the Tim Holtz Oxides Vintage Photo. Vintage Photo, I think I used. Yeah, because I only have 2 or 3 of those. I need to pick up the set of those. I love that oxide. I mean, I love my Distress inks, but I love the oxides too. In fact, I mixed it. I did Distress Oxides for this edging to get this browning going on, and then I used Rusty Hinges mixed in it. Regular distressed ink, not. So first I used the oxide, and then I used the Rusty distressed ink over that. So I mixed the two. This, I just love this whole. I love the color combination of this. I used that Cafe Paris again. This is another really cool stencil. I think it's a Skinner. I can't think of his first name, but his last name is Skinner. I think it's his stencil. Because I love how cool and fun and funky it looks. And then this is a stencil that I got at Hobby Lobby with that checkerboard at the bottom. And then this flower is a cutout. I fussy cut this out from some other scrapbook paper. And then again, it's the same layering techniques over and over and over. Okay, so that's how all my background pages in my scrapbook paper pad that I'm making. Okay, so there's that. Okay, now I'll show you guys this in a second. Now what I want to show you is I start out like this. I start out on, let me do one at a time. I start out with 11 by 14 pieces of like heavy cardstock. I'm making a video! Let me come out a little bit so you guys can see this. Oops. Move my camera. Okay, my paper's curling a little bit, but no big deal. Okay, so this is, let me show you, so I'm making sense. And we're going to do a project today too. I just want to explain where I'm at in the process of doing all of this. Okay, I think this is this one. Okay, so remember I told you I with the scrapbook paper I'm making, I have the background. So this is the background page with no image, right? So I'll have this one, right? So then I went ahead and took the original, and then I added one of my girls on here. I think that looks really cool. And I fussy cut her out, and then I decoupaged her on here. And to kind of bring her into the picture, I used one of my script stamps with some dark brown ink and inked over her, because see, that cursive ink writing is throughout this whole thing. So it like brought her into the thing, so it doesn't look like I just pasted it on. Also, I took a little bit of white paint and kind of took a baby wipe and smeared a little halo around her. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So now what I'll do is I'll go and make copies like I did of this one, but now the girl will be on here. So now I'll have scrapbook paper that's background and scrapbook paper that has an image. Okay, so that's what that's what I was trying to explain before. And I wasn't doing a good job of it. Okay, I think I'm putting an image on this one. Yeah. This one, oh, I'll just explain it right now. Okay. So I love this right here. I think this turned out so pretty. It's one of my favorite ones. It says Cafe Paris on here. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to do it with you guys today. I drew out this, this unicorn, and right now I'm coloring the unicorn in. So this unicorn is going to get fussy cut out and put on here somewhere. It might be right dab in the middle. It might be here at the bottom. I'm not sure yet. But I have to color this unicorn in, and it will go on here. See how it matches? The colors are all matching inside here. I think that's going to be really, really pretty. Okay, and today, on this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish coloring this in. So that'll be the little project that we do together. And then, another video I will come on and show you guys, step by step how I make the paper, like all the layering of how I get to this, how I get to making these, making my scrapbook paper. Okay. Take that one away. This one already has this image on it, which is this flower, which I think is gorgeous. I'm not going to put anything else on here. I like just the way this looks. I think that's really pretty. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Right when I got on here, my nose started going. Okay, here's another one where I took the background, and this time I went ahead and I drew out this unicorn. And then I painted the unicorn in. I used, I think, watercolors to paint this. I used watercolors to paint this unicorn in. And I used I just bought them. I used a Aqua Blend Spectrum Noir watercolor pencils on this part here. Hope you guys like that. I love this with the unicorn. Ah, love it. I love unicorns. And then here's a fairy. So here's another one. So here's the background paper, and then I went ahead and applied a fairy on this, and I drew this. Some of these things I've drawn a long time ago, some things I've drawn recently. I've had her for a long time. I have her in a mixed media piece also that I did a long time ago. So you've seen her before. But I went ahead and I always make copies of everything I draw and everything I paint in, so that I always have the girl just on a plain piece of paper painted in. I have the original drawing, so I can always make copies and reuse my work and put it in different things. So I fussy cut her out, put her in here. Again, did that white halo of paint, white paint around here with a baby wipe. Just take a baby wipe, dip it in, and just go like that. And then I used a script stamp in the whole thing here. So I put some script stamping in her hair and her wings, so she looks like she was painted in. Okay. I think that looks really pretty. And then, oh, okay, here's another one, which I think turned out really pretty. Again, I love the number 7, Saint Soleil, Marcel, whatever. It's just very, like it's from Paris or very Parisian, the saying. And I am going to put, let me show you what I'm going to put on her. On this one, just a second, you guys. I'm getting it together, kind of. This one. Okay, so she is going to be fussy cut out and put into this picture. Probably like down here or something in the corner or something. I'm not sure. So she'll go on here somehow, maybe right in the middle. I like to try to put them off to the side so that people can cut the paper up however they want if they just want to take the image out. So just so that you have more choices. So I'll probably put her, it depends. Okay, and then my next one is this one, and I'm going to put her in this one. This little fairy here. And this one was a fairy also. She's like a funky fairy wearing a hat, which I think it looks really cool. And then this one, I'm doing another fairy. And I will put her somewhere in here. I'll fussy cut her out and put her in there. So, and then I'll make color copies of all of this. And I'll have a full set of my scrapbook paper that I'm making. And then from there, I'm going to make a junk journal with this scrapbook paper. So I am super, super excited about doing this. I don't know what made me start doing this, but I was doing some mixed media, and I'm like, this would make some cool scrapbook paper. And then it just began, and I started doing it. So I love it. So what I want to do with you guys right now is my next video, I'll show you how I make the scrapbook paper. So if you want to make some scrapbook paper of your own, you can. I'm thinking, let me know if you guys would be interested in this. I'm thinking about maybe selling my scrapbook paper in my Etsy shop. I'm thinking about selling, like, you can buy it per page, like $1 a page, and you just simply just copy it. You just simply download it from your computer. So it'll just be digital. So you just, I'll have it so that you can just order it right from the computer and print it off from your computer. $1 a page. Or if you get the whole set, maybe it'd be like 75 cents instead of $1 a page. But let me know if you guys think you'd be interested in that. Especially after you see the whole line put together. But you did see how all the background pages are going to look, which I think is going to be gorgeous. I think this is going to make a gorgeous, gorgeous junk journal. I'm super excited to make the junk journal. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I drew out this other unicorn. Okay. And I'm going to finish coloring her in. Okay. I want to show you guys something. How much time do we have? I've been talking so darn much. Okay. I bought these pencils, and the pencils I bought, it comes in a, this wasn't cheap to buy, you guys, but you know, it's your art supply, so I think it was worth it. I think it was very worth it. They're Aqua Blend Spectrum Noir colored pencils, so you can use them like watercolors. You can use them like right off the pencil with a paintbrush like this. You can go ahead and draw out a little bit of color, and then take a brush and then water it out. And it's cool because it blends it right out. So instead of having to have 2 or 3 colors, it blends it out from the dark, medium, and light all in one. It's really cool. It's really cool to do it in coloring books too. So anyway, I bought this one here. This one is Essentials, which is more of your natural tones. Oh, and I got these from HSN. And I think altogether it was $100 for all these. But I got the full set, which is, I think, was a really good deal. Plus, I got to use Easy Pay. So, and then that's these colors here. And this one's called Florals. And then this one's called Primaries. So these are a lot of primary colors. But what I like to have when I have stuff like this, I like to have all the colors so I can do a lot of good blending and mixing and matching. So, and this right here is all naturals, which I think is gorgeous. A lot of skin tones in here. Okay, so what I did is, this is a black pencil, and actually this one's a watercolor pencil too, and this one is not an aqua blend, it's a Derwent. It's the same type of pencil though. So how I did this, where I just wanted to like have a white horse, but I needed to have like some shading with this black. What I did was, let me show you. Let me come in a little bit. See if you can't see that right there. Okay, come on, so tap it. Okay. What I did is you just take your pencil wherever you want to shade. And you don't need to go in too much because it's going to blend out. And you guys are going to see what I mean. I love these watercolor pencils because you don't have to have 3 shades. You can start out with that one shade, and when you hit it with water, it blends out to from the dark, medium, light. It's awesome. So let me show you right now what I'm talking about. So I just did that dark black right there, and you're just going to go like this. Look how it did that. Fabulous. See, so it blended right out. So we just did that hoof right there. So see how it just blends it right out? And I'll be showing you guys more techniques with using these like this, of blending it right out with color too. In fact, let me just show you. Okay, let's do, because these are nice to use in a coloring book, and then you won't have to get a dark, medium, and light if you want to do shading. So this is what I'm talking about. We'll use this blue right here. Okay. So in love with these. And then just wet it and watch. Go all the way out and blend it all the way out. See what I mean? It blends all the way from here all the way down to that lightest color. Look how much time that saves you of blending. Okay, you guys, it is awesome. I've used it in my coloring books already. You can just color a page so quickly and do all your shading and highlighting all in with one pencil at a time. It is awesome. See what I'm talking about? Okay. Loving that. So I'll be doing a coloring book page soon with that too. Okay. All right, let's continue on. All right. So, so I got that blended out right there. Okay. And you guys, I'm loving this this watercolor pencil, or this this watercolor brush. It's by Jane Davenport, and you guys, it's so portable. Look how it goes to. You just go like that, and then you go like that, and it pops back out. You can travel with it. I'm getting another one. It fits also in her little palettes, because her palettes are only like this small. You just go like this, and it fits right in her palette, her watercolor palettes. But you guys, I'm in love with this. Look at the point on here. This works for everything. I'm absolutely in love with this watercolor pencil. Okay, but we're not going to use that now. Now what I'm going to use is, I have not used my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers or my Copics. I have more Spectrum Noir, but I also have some Copics. So to do this hair, I've been using Copics. And so that's the thing. Look at all your supplies and think, okay, right now, what supply is going to be the best one for me to use for what I'm working on? And as you can see, I've already used this Derwent watercolor pencil, or you can use your Aqua Blend watercolor pencils. And now I'm using a marker for the hair. So always be thinking, like, you know, what's the best way for me to go about this? Okay. And use your supplies. Because I haven't busted out my alcohol markers forever. And I was trying to use my Aqua Blend watercolor, or my Spectrum Noir watercolor pencils, which was showing the colors. I was looking at these two because they're kind of the same as these two that I'm using as as my alcohol markers. But I wasn't getting the color payoff that I wanted from these as I'm getting with this. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try looking at some alcohol markers that I have. And there you go. And the reason I have more Spectrum Noirs than I have Copics, oh my God, the price is so much better. You can get them on HSN for like, you can get all your colors for like between $80 and $100, and you get your full range of colors, you guys. And you can use Easy Pay to get it. So you guys know Copics are expensive. Anyway, so what I'm doing inside of here, inside of one hair strand, I'm using two colors. I'm using a little bit deeper color for my shading. And then for my highlight, I'm using a little bit lighter color. And because they're alcohol markers, they just blend right into each other. And then I'm going to use the lighter. Okay. And the lighter color you can kind of blend right over the darker color too, just to get a little bit even better blending. So as you can see, I have a darker, like beigey color, and then a lighter beigey color for this hair. I don't know why my phone keeps going off. It's not really ringing, it's just letting me know I have something going on. Okay, let me look at my time situation. Okay, you guys, I'm getting close to my timer going, of my camera turning off. So go ahead and go to part 2, and we'll just continue playing with this, with the hair and everything here. Okay, so I'll see you guys in part 2.